guys, we're back for stop number 3 of the Pro Wakeboard Tour presented by Supra Boats. I'm Alexa Score, joined by the one and only Parks Bonifay, and we're here at Lake David in Groveland, Florida, ready for a full day of action.
Yeah, like I said, in Groveland, typically the water conditions are always perfect here. There's a little bit of wind today, but with these head-to-head heats and unique format, anything can happen. The guys are going to be ready to throw down. But first, let's check out the Roswell recap in Park City, Utah, the second stop, to see what happened there to lead us here today. Yeah, the Salt Lake City wakeboard community really showed up in full force at the second event in the Jordanelle Reservoir, in part with Summerfest. There was bands, fireworks, a really fun event to be at and just hang out. But on the water, it was about the veterans. Cory Teunissen, 3-time overall Pro Tour champion and world champion, back on the podium where he belongs. But I was really impressed with Gunther Oka. It was incredible. He was out all last year, and he comes in on the second stop and lays down a winning run in super challenging conditions. That's going to shake up the overall standings, but it's about the veteran, the oldest guy on tour. It's actually crazy to say that Shota Tezuka is in the overall lead right now for the Pro Tour, and it makes this event super critical. 6 guys could possibly win the overall title race here in Groveland, Florida in this unique format. We're going to throw it down to Reed Hansen, Chief Judge, to explain how it all goes down.
Hey guys, my name is Reed Hansen, and I am the head judge here at the Pro Wakeboard Tour. We got a really cool format today. It's a format that the riders came up with last year. We did a little bit of tweaking this year, but yeah, really excited about it. It is 3-trick line, best trick, and double up. You get 3 pickups, and it is your best 2 out of 3 of the categories. So you're head-to-head against one other guy, so best 2 out of 3 wins. It's a super interesting format. It'll open up the door for some really good riding. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, thanks, Reed. I've actually talked to a lot of the guys today, and the riders are fired up about this event. It's completely unique from what they're used to, so I think we're in for one today.
All right, let's get right into it with Pro Wakeboard quarterfinals.
I'm here with Sam Brown, first off the dock in the quarterfinals. That was the craziest run, best trick.
Yeah, double grab 7, crow 7, and then I did double toe back roll. Nearly got thrown off the horse, but stayed on. And then last night I was just jacking myself up to do back map 7 today and on the best trick, and did it, and it came true, and I'm stoked. I've been wanting to do that for so long.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess like the whole idea is to win 2 categories out of 3. And it's like so cutthroat in this format. Like if you don't like land 1 trick, then that's like it done. And Sam had like the craziest run, but didn't like just slip down on a double up. So I was like, all right, as long as I land that, and then as long as I can just like do my best on everything else, I'm gonna give myself the best shot.
Yeah, I think this format, it's very different. I'm used to being up against 4 or 5 guys, and you maybe have to finish top 2, or there's a bit of a buffer. With this, there's no buffer. It's either you win the heat or you're out. So definitely think I'm using it to my advantage this year a lot more than last. So feeling good with my riding, and yeah, feeling confident for today.
Yeah, I was like doing freaking algebra before I went off the dock, trying to figure out what I needed to do, dude. Like, he set the bar so high, and all you can do is go and chase it, right? And that's like bringing out your heaviest tricks. And so tried to do that, and didn't happen, but I'm pretty stoked I went down swinging.
Yeah, so first trick, wanted to do toe back 9, but didn't quite get the kick I wanted for it, and so I knew I needed to switch KGB 5 at the end and just went down. So for the best trick on the way back, definitely needed something heavy, so I was glad to get the skeezer 7, but just mistimed the double up a little bit. It happens, I'm stoked on my first pro final, so we'll be here for the next one.
Going second for me is like huge, because you can kind of see what the other people do and know what you have to do in your run, and then what they do is best trick. You can either try to top it or know if you're not going to be able to get that, and then it all really comes down to the double up. Like, you have to land the double up, and if you don't, then the door is just too open, because all you have to do is land a double up. And so it's pretty tricky on how you play it, but going second in this event especially is like a huge advantage.
Yeah, I have put stuff down that I've been happy with, and then other contests just not done enough, but came out here, kind of had a readjustment of the game plan, and I think did what I needed to do. This new format kind of allows for a little bit of hammers and some safe playing going on, and keeps it interesting. But yeah, put down something in all 3 sections, so cannot complain at all.
I mean, I'm definitely pumped to be a leading on the tour now, but I've been doing this forever, and I just go out there and have fun. So Finn actually stumped everything, and I have to do, trying to throw as my run section, but unfortunately I fell. So best trick and then double up. That's all I had, and then I'm trying to go as big as possible for the double up too, and then I landed it. So I'm pretty stoked.
All right, well, we are setting up for a pretty insane semifinal, but before we get there, let's check out what happened in Pro Wake Surf. Pro Wake Surf Finals had the glassiest conditions of the day, starting with Dylan Matthews off the dock. The format for this final is up to 2 45-second passes and as many tricks as they can fit in those 2. Dylan came out swinging. He had all the tech that he needed, and he had amplitude. He had a nice 7 big, really starting off the group strong. Next up, Frankie Schifano. Today just wasn't Frankie's day. He went down on both pass 1 and pass 2. Next off the dock was Robert McClellan. Robert started off strong and had a great combination of both regular and switch maneuvers and stood up both of his passes. He too also had a 7 big and he was feeling really good about his run. But last off the dock, we have Jet Lambert, who has just been so consistent all season long. Jet did so many tricks in those 2 passes, more than any other rider. And even with a fall, he's just too consistent right now. He's got the amplitude, he's got the difficulty, he's got the tech. He has it all, which is why he took the top spot once again in Pro Wake Surf Finals, with Dylan Matthews taking 2nd and Robert McClelland taking 3rd. And I should note, this is the last stop of Pro Wake Surf for the tour. Jet Lambert taking the overall.
Taking home another W, give it up for Jet Lambert!
All right, Jet, finishing up the Pro Wake Surf Tour on top all 3 times, the clean sweep. How does it feel being on top once again?
Yeah, it feels really good. After the last 2 stops, I was like, I definitely have what it takes to get all 3, so I'm really stoked. And the conditions weren't the best at first, but it glassed over, which was really nice.
Yeah, talk a little bit about the competition. You've been up against these guys all season, and of course, you took the overall as well. So talk a little bit about the other guys on tour and maybe how they pushed you.
Yeah, so first stop, like I said, in semis, wasn't too great, so I knew what I had to do. So end up getting that W. In Salt Lake, everyone kind of had a little bit of slip up, so it left the door open, which is nice. And this stop, they actually did really good. This was probably one of their best runs of their lives. And yeah, I knew what I had to do, and it definitely worked out.
All right, Jet, congrats on another win and taking the overall Pro Wake Surf title. Up next, we have the Junior Pro Wakeboard Final.
All right, guys, here we are. Junior Pro Finals underway right now, and the first rider off the dock from Australia, Jet Gibson. This kid shredded, man. Started off with a dum-dum right into a Moby Dick 5. That's a super technical trick, and he's a really tall dude. To get all that board and body around, it can be a feat. Just going down on the heel 7, but not for a lack of effort, really trying to hang on and drag on his face on that one. Love to see it. Next off the dock, Max Saea. It is really sick to watch this kid shred, man. He goes so big. The wind really does affect a lot of these guys, even if you're big, but he's the shortest one out there, the youngest one, and he's just charging these headwind 7s straight up, just going down on a switch 7 right there, but getting back up. Yeah, Max Saea definitely has a great future in wakeboarding, and the Junior Pros is in good hands right now with this field. And the next rider off the dock trying to lock down his 3rd win in the road this season, Shion Takaiwa. Man, he's been on fire this year. He has some super steezy tricks this round. A really grabbed mob. Crow mob was really grabbed, and he ended off his 2nd pass with the hugest heel 7 double grab. How you don't win when you're doing tricks like that on your 2nd pass, I don't know. But the man who took it down, Noah Ballard, in a huge heel 9 to start off his pass. That's exactly the way you want to start off your run, into a Moby Dick and also a 3-2-1. That will give him the victory in the Junior Pro Final here in Groveland, Florida. First place, Noah Ballard, Shion Takaiwa in 2nd. Max Saea rounded out by Jet Gibson in 4th.
Get loud for Noah Ballard! Noah Ballard!
I'm here with the top dog in the Junior Pro Wakeboard Final, Noah Ballard, locking down his first win of his career in the Junior Pro. You got to be psyched about today, man. How you feeling right now?
I'm pretty stoked. Yeah, first Junior Pro win. Couldn't be happier with how I rode. So, yeah, I'm very stoked.
Yeah, man. You know, Shion's taking down the first couple wins here this season. But did you think, were you going into this event any different, thinking a little bit different to take him down?
Yeah, I just came into this event just thinking, I'm just going to come here, do the pass I wanted to do. Just whatever happens, happens. And that's what I did, and it paid off, so.
Keep it up, man. Really good to see. Doing it for old Oz right here. Noah Ballard, your Junior Pro Final winner. And we're going to throw it down to the Final Four in the Semi-Pro Finals right now. Let's get after it.
All right, PB, we are down to the Final Four pro wakeboarders, and we're starting semifinals with a heated battle. We've got Nic Rapa and Cory Teunissen.
Yeah, they're kind of like arch rivals, man. They really go head-to-head against each other all the time. Really, you knew this was going to be a nail-biter. Nic Rapa, first off the dock, comes in, lays down a really solid run, 3-trick line, but what stood out is his double tantrum to blind on his best trick. You got to think, what's he going to do after that off the double up? He does a heel 7. Pretty good trick. Now, Cory has to go off. He surrenders right away his best trick to Nic's double tantrum, and he focuses on a 3-trick line. He gets the win there. So now it's 1-1. All he has to do is a 9 off the double up to beat Nic's heel 7, and he could not get it done. These double ups are meaty and they're thick, and nothing is given to you off these double ups. So Rapa goes through.
The second semifinal was Tyler and Shota, and this really came down to game planning.
Yeah, this one's a crazy one. Shota was doing crow 7s, which will win almost any best trick contest all day, but he decides to put it into his 3-trick line. He goes out, he opts to do his front mob 540 against Tyler's heel 9 in the best trick, but you know what? Tyler locked it down. Best trick took the win. 3-trick line took the win. That's 2 out of 3. Tyler goes through. They both fell on the double up. Tyler in the final.
Like you said, Parks, Tyler beating out Shota, so Shota found himself in the 3rd place head-to-head match with Cory Teunissen.
All right, here it is, all on the line to get on the podium. Cory Teunissen, first off the dock, really laying down a solid 3-trick line, putting in a toe side 1080. That's good enough to win pretty much any 3-trick line, but it was Shota Tezuka that took it down with the crow 7 in his best trick, and that's really what he should have done in the semis to get himself into the finals. But after he rearranges some tricks, he figures it out. Crow 7 off for his best trick, and a huge heel 9 off the double up to lock down the podium spot for Shota Tezuka.
Shota taking the bronze, but these next two have their eyes on gold. The championship head-to-head match is Nic Rapa and Tyler Higham.
Yeah, you know Nic really wants a win here, finding himself in the final, heads up against Tyler Higham. Anything can happen on this one, and Nic Rapa first off the dock gets right into it with a heel 9, followed up with a huge double cab into the flats, and I like this trick, a corked backside 720. Now it's down to the best trick, coming back down, tailwind, goes for a double tantrum to blind and falls on the first one, but that doesn't stop Nic. He gets right back up, sticks a double tantrum to blind, and wins the best trick, followed up by a double up. He went for it, just fell, but those are 2 solid results on the 3-trick line and best trick for Nic, and now it's Tyler. Tyler just got to watch Nic go and kill it, and what that does to you, it really puts a lot of pressure on you as a rider. Tyler's back against the wall, but there's no time for it to back off now. He's in the finals. Heel 9 to start off his front and just cases that. That's not what you want to have start off your first pass. KGB 5 and a toe back 9 for his 3-trick line. Keep in mind, Nic Rapa just landed a double tantrum to blind, so Tyler has to go for something really hard here. Probably a double mob, maybe a heel side 1080, but he opts to go for the double half cab mob and just catches his heel edge so hard on that one. Glad he's okay. Came out of his boots, locks down a 3-1 off the double up, but that didn't really matter because it was all decided by Nic before that in the 3-trick line and best trick. And Nic Rapa takes down the #1 spot, the 3rd stop of the Pro Wakeboard Tour here in Groveland, Florida.
All right, Nic, the season might not have started exactly how you wanted it to, but you are back on top. How good does that feel?
Yeah, it feels unreal. Last year in the head-to-head, I got knocked out in the first round. So coming into the head-to-head this year, I wanted to tackle it a little bit different and a little more strategic, and definitely had some testing rounds in there, but came out on top. And I just did exactly what I wanted to do in the semi-finals, which was really hard. It was like a mini final in itself, and managed to do the exact same thing in the final and take the win. I'm stoked.
Yeah, it's a cool, different format, obviously different than any of the other events that we have. How does that change the way you kind of tactically go into your run?
I think you're kind of not just doing your set pass. You're doing, a potential different run every time. There was a time in my first round where my competitor didn't really have his best ride, and I didn't really have to do a whole lot. So, you kind of just got to think on the fly a little bit. But yeah, definitely very different to traditional. Feels very different to any other kind of Pro Tour contest we've got. So it's a nice little mix-up.
And we got to talk about the double tantrum to blind. You didn't land it once, you landed it twice today. So how good is that feeling?
Yeah, unreal. First person, I think, maybe 2 seasons ago to do it in a normal event, and managed to stick it again and twice today. And more importantly, when I needed to stick it. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with that. That's a trick that I hold very close, and yeah, pumped I could bring it out when I needed to.
Cool. Well, you had everyone on shore going nuts. Seriously brought everyone together, even your competitors. So congratulations on the win, and we'll catch you next stop, right?
Thank you so much. Can't wait.
All right.
Huge congrats to Nic Rapa, back on top of the podium where he belongs. Really stoked, not just me, but everyone, the camaraderie to see Nic after injuries last year back on the #1 spot. Really cool to see. Shota Tezuka, 3rd spot, #1 overall in the title race right now. Also good to see Tyler Higham racking it up in 2nd spot. What a final it was today. I love this new format.
Absolutely. And that is it from stop number 3 of the 2024 Pro Wakeboard Tour presented by Superboats. But we're not done yet, so stay tuned to all the social channels for more information, and we'll catch you next stop in Knoxville, Tennessee.